What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. Last time, we got a little bit more done through the introduction sequence, got to the first bit of Yukiko's castle, and fought Shadow Chie. I was a little bit more cautious than what I really needed to be. But regardless, we do have quite a few personas in our repertoire, and I also noticed something carried over from New Game Plus is that I have all of my persona slots available. So, that's nice. Normally, like, this would just be the max that I would have, are these 6. So that's nice. It's not something that I knew going into this, but the more you know. In this episode, we are pretty much nearing the end of the Force tutorial portion. Obviously, there's still going to be more tutorials that we're going to have to go through, but at the very least, we should be able to have our days available starting tomorrow. Though we are going to need to head to our room for the night. Well, that's weird. The phone? Oh, good evening. The shopping district? Okay. Kind of weird. But I'd very much like to not anger King Moron. Yeah. Well, I guess we can head out then. Believe it or not, that was my homeroom teacher on the phone, and he wants me to meet him by the gas station in the shopping district. I know, it's weird. I understand that, but this is my teacher that called me. So yeah, we can't actually leave at night if Dojima is here. But if we talk to Dojima, it's my teacher. Look, Dojima, I'm serious. My homeroom teacher needs to see me. I don't know why he called me and why it's so urgent, but it's better if I don't make him mad. I haven't done anything! I don't know what he wants! The only bad thing I did was to be caught with Yosuke doing something stupid! And you saw that! I will. I won't be gone long. So now we can leave. And this is something that is brand new to Golden. and that is exploring out on the town. Now, obviously, you could explore out in town in Persona 3 at night, though with Persona 3, you were pretty limited in where you could go. It was actually pretty much just Polonia Mall. And Persona 5, you could actually go to pretty much anywhere at night once you got past the real tutorial portion of the game. But with Persona 4, Golden specifically, there are a few places that we can go to. These are basically the extent of where we can go at night, though. It's the shopping district, the shrine, and the riverbank. In the original game, the only times you could really go out at night was from like a drop-down menu from home, and it was just to go fishing or doing your nighttime social links. But in Golden, you do have a little bit more freedom as to what you can do at night. There isn't really a whole lot that we can do at this point in time. So obviously, like, we can still do fishing here at the riverbank once we actually have a fishing rod. We can also head on into the shrine as well, which honestly, it is kind of interesting that we can just go here. There are a few things that we can do at the shrine, at some point. They're not available to us right this minute, obviously. But there is also just the general shopping district. There isn't a whole lot we can do here at the shopping district right now, but one thing that we will be able to do is that we will be able to see our various social links here at night in the shopping district. And this can be a way for us to gain a lot more social link points with them if we still need to, do so and we have a free nighttime activity. So it is a way to gain social link points. I would like to kind of show off at least some of them. It's not really necessary to do so. Even if you're going with just a base run, just max social link run, I don't think it's ever required for you to do a nighttime social link. Optional nighttime social links, I would say. But it is still something that I would like to show off a little bit. There is one thing that I would like to see if we can do right now, and that is heading on into Shiroku. Notice that it says Shiroku Pub. Don't ask me how she could transform a convenience store into a nightclub. But this will be something that we will be able to have a use for once we actually have a reason to come here. So we will be back. This is minorly important. It's not super important to do anything here at Shiroku Pub. But there are some things that can be helpful to you a little bit later down the road. I don't think it takes too long to be able to do anything there at the pub. But that does, allow you to... Additional content is available. Obviously, we can't head on into Daidara's because it's closed. Most of the other stores are closed for the night, so there's not really a whole lot that you can do in terms of shopping. We can head on into the Velvet Room if we really wanted to, which I wonder... no, I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow before I can really show off, like, skill cards and whatnot. But at the very least... Oh, we have King Moron talking to a female student. Oh boy. Jersey? That's why you called me out in the middle of the night? Just couldn't wait until tomorrow? Well, we got a jersey! Yay! But this is actually important because this is the tutorial for costumes. This is the first costume change that you can get for the game. So this is essentially just a tutorial saying, hey, you can change your outfit during battle. I've already gone over that of all the different costumes that we've gotten so far, and that the few that I was missing. Do you need help? Yeah. Freaking King Moron. Anyway, there is also the bus stop, which I believe this is necessary to use if you're going for the nighttime social links. I'm trying to remember all the ones. Tower you do, Devil you do. I feel like I'm missing a nighttime social link. I feel like I'm missing one, but I feel like all of them require you to use the bus stop as opposed to just your house. But that's all we can really do. At least for right now.
You're back.
You are not gonna believe this. He just wanted to give me a school jersey. Yeah, I know! He couldn't wait until tomorrow! Right? So one interesting thing is that at least for the start of the game, there are times that you are limited in going out. You are not allowed to go outside if Dojima is here. If Dojima is at home, you are not allowed to go outside, at least to start. I believe once you have a nighttime job, Dojima will allow you to go outside and spend time any day. Otherwise, you are only allowed to go outside whenever he's not around. Nanako's not gonna care and she's not gonna tattle on you. So, you can go outside whenever he's not around. But at least for a little bit, we will be limited in the nighttime activities. So, keep that in mind, but do know that it's not for forever. Though, some people, it takes them a long time to be able to get that nighttime activity because you need a nighttime job. That is the kind of trigger for Dojima to let you out every night. So if you want to have free access for your nighttime activities, you need to be able to have a nighttime job as soon as possible. But with that taken care of, let's move on to the next day.
I wonder how Chia's doing. Too much stuff happened yesterday. I hope she's back to her usual self.
No, speak of the devil.
Oh, morning.
Morning, Chie.
Yep. Thanks for everything yesterday.
Hmm?
It's kind of embarrassing, you know? You two were right there to see my hidden feelings and all.
Don't sweat it.
the same thing happened to Yosuke, right? So, what was it like?
Huh? How should I put this? Oh, I nearly forgot. None of that happened when yours awakened, huh?
No, I just heard a voice, saw a card, and was able to summon my persona.
Could that be because you've got nothing to hide?
Oh, so nothing happened for you?
Nope.
I gotta agree that you seem like a pretty open guy. There's a funny air about you. I don't know. I guess that's what draws people to you or something like that.
What? Don't tell me that you're falling for me, huh?
Whoa, maybe you are my type.
Give me a break.
Anyways, what's most important right now is to rescue Yukiko. I'm dead set on coming. Remember, you promised.
Oh, crap. I still haven't gone to the bathroom.
Hey, thanks for saving me. Yosuke's cool and all, but there really is something different about you. I feel like you won't let me down.
Well, of course. We're friends, aren't we? Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou hast established a new bond. It brings thee closer to the truth. Thou shalt be blessed in creating personas of the Chariot Arcana. And with that, we have established the Chie Satonaka social link of the Chariot Arcana once again. So, like I mentioned before, similar with Yosuke, all of the party members' abilities are the same when it comes to the rank up. So, Chie is also just wake up, knockdown party member. Nothing much more to really add, except for that falling for me. That is something that I am hoping to show off as well. Basically, the options that are really only available for a New Game Plus run. I'm not sure I'll be able to hit all of them, but they are one I do want to try to hit as many as I can, and that is one of them. As is this. Oh, hey, Chie, just for future reference, do you mind if I get your cell phone number?
What? Oh, right. You'll need this from now on, huh? Okay, then. Feel free to call whenever.
Alright.
We have to be careful of the fog that sets in after the rain, right? Let's save her before that happens.
Of course. We're the only ones who can save Yukiko. So, just like always, it's limited time frame. But we've got a good amount of time, so we'll be fine. And of course, the game's telling us, like, yes, deadlines. Make sure you watch out when there's multiple days in a row of rain. I am somewhat tempted to at least show off what the game overs are. But there are plenty of videos that do have that. So I'm not too overly concerned with showing those. That also does require just a little bit more work. Granted, it's pretty easy to just end the day, end the day, end the day. It just means that if I did want to do it, I'd have to basically prolong going into the dungeons until close to the last day. Which is not something I can really do if I'm getting the rest of the costumes that I missed. So, there's videos out there that show the game overs. A lot of them are pretty much the same. Except one where Naoto actually dies on the line. That is actually one of the game overs. And it's not actually for her dungeon. Then again, like, all the bodies showing up are also the characters dying. But, like, Naoto literally dies on the phone as she's talking to you. Kind of gruesome. Yes, sir. Alpha and what other word? Well, that would be beta. Alright. Useless knowledge right off the bat. Alright, well, that at the very least means that we can begin, you know, spending time doing other activities. And in light of this magical square button, we have the sub-menu button. It's not as fancy as just saying the magic square button, though. Which I believe is Y? Yeah, it's Y. Y allows us to basically fast travel to any location. But we do have various quests that we can try to participate in. I don't think there's actually anything we can really do. I don't think Sports Club starts, but we can at least do our first quest with Riddle Senpai. Very well. I accept your challenge. So, neat little thing is that there are overhead indications of quests in progress. I believe the original only showed whenever there was a new quest available, but I don't remember if there was any that showed that the quest was currently underway. I don't remember if that's actually... It may be something that was in the original game, and I'm just not remembering. It's been a hot minute since I played OG Persona 4. But we can also look at currently active quests in the menu. The original game did have 50 quests. Golden has 69 quests. Yes, you can say that in the comments. But there are additional 19 quests that Golden added. Like I said, I did it in my original run, I'll be doing it in this run as well. So we'll be showing off how to complete every single quest. We're gonna try to do as much content as we can and show off as complete of an experience we can get, while primarily focusing on the new stuff. But also making sure that we do 100% all the other stuff as well, even if it does mean retreading old ground, including old quests like this one. Black belongs to Group A. All of them are in the top 6 flag colors. And with that, we get 3 chest keys. It is going to be very important that we stock up on chest keys early on. Like, rare chests are important. It is extremely important that we get a lot of chest keys early on, though. As a tiny bit of spoilers, there's a quest that we are going to get in the future that will require us to get a pretty rare item in a rare chest in Yukiko's castle. It is really annoying and can be done pretty easily if you're super lucky, but most things that I saw about this quest was how just freaking ridiculous it was to get this item. So it is kind of on the rarer side of items in order to get. In terms of what else we can really do, there's not really a whole lot that we can do right now. I don't think there's really anything in our shoe locker. We can head on over to the shopping district. And we can... No, none of the books are available yet. Okay, so our first shipment of books is on April 20th. We're gonna have to wait until then. In terms of other stuff that we can show off, we can head on into the Velvet Room. So, quick overview of the Velvet Room and its differences with the original. So, same thing with the original is the fuse persona function. I'm just going to speed through Igor's explanation. We have all different type of fusion spreads. At the first, we'll have normal and triangle, but we'll eventually get, what is it, the square spread, the triangle, or no, square, pentagon, hexagon spreads. So we'll be able to fuse more powerful personas as we get further in the game using the more complex spreads. There's also the Fusion Forecast. That is also the same in the original, where you can see any specialty fusions that can happen either today or tomorrow. So again, it is the exact same as it was in the original game. So today, basically any fusions that we do will result in bonus stats to our personas. That's just a blanket thing that happens regardless of what we are fusing. If we fuse anything tomorrow, any persona that we use a magician persona for, they will have Zio. So, nice things to consider. They're not exactly things I'm going to be going out and doing. There are higher chances for fusion accidents that can happen, I think, on certain fusion days. But those usually have a lot higher chances for good rewards, too. I do not believe... There is also the search feature, which I believe is a new feature in Golden. At least I think so. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Heed the voices that trickle in from other worlds. So, there are... I think there are some network capabilities that you can use. We are not going to be really going over those, admittedly. So at the very least, we will be able... No, I think this was in the original for fusion searches. Or was it? Maybe it was just doing this. I feel like that's how it was before. But anyway, fusion search. We can basically search out all the personas that we can fuse using our current stock, I guess, of personas. Anything that has that little star, you can see it on the bottom of the screen. Star means that it will be affected by the fusion forecast. So in this case, anything that we fuse gets the bonus stats. The card means that we've already registered that persona in the compendium. So if there's any new personas that we can get, it will not have that card, and that will be a pretty high priority to try to fuse. Currently there's not really a whole lot. I already have a magician, and there's not really a whole lot that I really need either, at least not at the moment. So, not really a whole lot that I really want to do in terms of fusions. We do have the Compendium as well. Compendium focuses the exact same way before. Register persona so you can call them at a later time with a fee of money. Yeah, all of it the same. All of it exactly the same. Registering it is free, but overriding it overrides the current amount. So yeah, I have 91% of the Compendium right now. Obviously, I believe there's only one persona that is New Game Plus exclusive. Everything else was just stuff that I just didn't bother to get because trying to isolate it was just a little too much effort, and I would probably just do that anyway in the run. So, wasn't something I was really going all out to get. Besides, by the end of my run, I was grinding out so much money to buy the rest of the costumes. I was just kind of sick of grinding. So, also why I didn't have that much money to begin this run with. But we also have skill cards. So, I already explained this when we were first properly introduced to Marie. But skill cards are a completely brand new feature to Golden. So, as I mentioned before, if you get a skill card, whether just in battle, like after battle, or just through various... I think there may be a few that you get through quests? I don't remember. But most of the skill cards that you're going to get are going to be through shuffle time. So, if you get a skill card, you can give it to Marie, and she will have it permanently. You do lose the one copy that you give her, but you will be able to buy as many copies as you wish. And the more powerful the skill is, the more expensive it will be. So yes, we do actually have all of the skill cards that I gave on my previous playthrough, and oh boy, is it a lot. It is a lot. Now granted, like putting these on basically any of my personas, especially like these that are super expensive and like end game. Well, Megadoylon's end game, but Agion really isn't. Yeah. I honestly didn't really spend too much time. A lot of times the skill cards that I got were mostly just because I needed it to do sweep bonuses. But there are still plenty of good skills here in case we really need to change up our personas. I won't really use skill cards all that much. I never really find myself really utilizing skill cards all that much, since I find just using just what I get from fusions is generally sufficient to really get through the game. And it's not even a matter of like min-maxing either, it's just you really, if you know what you're doing, you really don't need skill cards. Skill cards are definitely a lot more of a benefit to people who maybe aren't quite as familiar with the game, or just want to make a very super powerful persona by itself. But that is the other problem, is that using a skill card ties it to the one persona, and since you're cycling personas a lot, really, the most benefit I see from skill cards are like limited runs. Like you're specifically doing a challenge run, like an Izanagi only run or something like that. Like I see that's where skill cards really shine. We can also check in on both of them. I do not believe we have access to either Margaret or Marie's social links at this time. Marie's request is just kind of where you are in her social link. Margaret is also just a refresher of what you need to get her for her social link. So, not really necessary at the moment. Definitely something we're going to have to look into at a later point. There is also Rescue Request, which is also something that's more for network capabilities. So there's this weird meta reason, but I just consider this non-canon. It's just, when it comes to the Vita, it's like, hey, here's how you connect to other Vita users. And now it's just, here's something they can use over the internet connection on whatever platform you're using. And it's really meta and like Bravely Default, kind of. So, if you are in a pinch, like if you're nearly dying or anything like that, actually I don't think it's even that. I think, I'm trying to remember when these actually activate, because this never activated for me. And I don't think it's the same as having the rescue requests in Persona 5. Because that was specifically when a shadow captured your party member, which was also an incredibly rare occurrence anyway. But yeah, I think it is if you're in a pinch, you can call to another person, and then you get a temporary boost, whether it increases your stats or recovers your HP or SP. And you can also create a message, which it's basically like, here's what it says whenever you go and rescue someone. And here, I don't know if this was me doing it and it just kept it, or if this is default. Hee-ho is alright. Hee-ho is oh yeah. That might have just been me screwing around. But yeah, like there's a lot of different just words here because you really can't just do whatever you want. Because, you know, you could just put in swear words and that would be bad. But yeah, you have a lot of different options that you can use to just kind of fill out these sorts of things. So yeah, a lot of different options for you to choose. I'm just gonna stick with this. And I think I also selected Igor. Not Eeyore. I'm losing my mind. You can also change who exactly it shows. So you've got Narukami without the glasses, Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, Rise, Kanji, Naoto, Teddy, Marie. Basically anyone with a portrait, or most characters with portraits. Persona card, Yasugami High symbol, and yeah, Margaret and Igor. Weird that Marie's not on here, but oh well. We're gonna go, we're just gonna stick with that. So that's the Velvet Room. Man, here I thought I would be able to get through a lot more stuff, and there's not really a whole lot that I've actually, you know, would potentially cut out. And like before, we can sell our materials to Daidara. There are going to be some things that we're gonna want to, well, actually I don't think there are things that we need to hold on to. No, there are, because there are things that are specifically getting material. So there are going to be a few things that we're going to need to look at. I have written them down, so I at least know what dungeons to look out for. Anyway, let's just sell all of these. It gets us a little extra money. I don't think there's really a whole lot that I can really get. I'd like to save up for some of the much better weapons, and then that way I can kind of blitz through a lot of the early game. Even if I'm kind of holding off on upgrading, like, my other party members, which I am changing up my party a little bit. So kind of what I wanted to do was to show off other party members compared to my original Let's Play, which in that, my party was Yosuke, Yukiko, and Kanji. So I wanted to try to show off the other party members. However, I don't want to switch out Yukiko for Teddy because that's replacing best character with worst character. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to do that. It does mean that I just have an all-girl party, which honestly isn't bad because Yukiko's good at healing and magic. Chie is honestly a really good physical attacker and can do things that Kanji can't and vice versa. And Naoto! Naoto's kind of goes from niche in the original to just straight up broken in Golden. That is not something we'll get into for a good long while. But yeah, Naoto's busted in this game. We will get into that once we actually get her, though. So yeah, at the very least for the time being, though, I will use Yosuke. So I'm still going to need to upgrade him a bit. In terms of just other items, I can at least get rid of some of these revival beads. Life stones we're gonna want. Everything else is going to be kind of necessary for just base exploration, or just is not worth selling. And honestly, since there's not really a whole lot that we can do today, I think we're just gonna blitz through Yukiko's dungeon, today. Not today as in this episode, just today as in this in-game day. In which case, I mean, we do have access to a few more tiers of resistance. Honestly, the knife-proof coat wouldn't be bad. Lion Happy. No. Only the Kevlar vest and the chainmail are shared. Anything else that could potentially... nothing else that's shared, that's, gender neutral, unfortunately. I could basically give whatever I get to Yosuke, but that makes Chie not very defensive. I mean, I guess I could give Chie the Kevlar vest. That's basically all I can really do. You know what? Sure, knife-proof coat. Yes, equip. No, don't sell. So from here... Unfortunately, we can't actually equip our other party members from there. So Yosuke can go and get the Lion Happy. Chie can get the Kevlar vest. And then we can sell the chainmail. We're gonna get quite a bit of armor and stuff from the, rare chest, so I don't feel the need to hold on to that for Yukiko. Fortunately, that really doesn't leave us with that much. That doesn't leave us with anything to buy Chie any weapons. Oh, the ogre tooth. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot else that we can really do. I guess I can get the imitation katana. Yeah, I'll get that just because SP is still going to be a little bit limited for me. So we'll do that. That barely leaves us with any money. It does give us with just enough money, I think, to be able to get some tap sodas. Oh yeah, easily. Because this is still something that I find helpful, at the very least in the early game. There is actually another place that you can get SP recovery items. It's not really super great. I'm pretty sure this is in the original game too, but I just never bothered with doing it then. Just because it's not as good, admittedly. There's a chance that it can be good, but it generally isn't. And that's this vending machine right by Konishi Liquors. So you have Dr. Salt Neo, Second Maid, and The Natural. All of these are SP recovery sodas. The problem is that unlike Tap, which is 10 SP, all of these are 5, and they cost the exact same. So if we buy a Dr. Salt Neo, this is a prize vending machine. So it's a roulette that can allow you to get extra sodas, and you can get multiple extra sodas per bought one. I, however, do not find it super helpful because more often than not, you're spending the same amount of money on taps as you are for any of these other ones. And same thing with the tap sodas, you can only buy 5 total sodas before the entire vending machine runs out. And now, just because there's 2 of them here, these 2 share stock. So you can't try to do that for multiple attempts. So, it is something that is there and is something in the original, but like I said, it's generally not worth the money considering that you're paying the same amount of money for half of the SP recovery. So I just don't even bother with those. However, I think we're pretty much good to call it a day. There's not really anything that we can do. I don't think there's anything we can do to spend time that would actually be helpful at this point, since a lot of times when you're doing, generally a base run, you usually just go to the library to get some extra knowledge. But since we don't need to do that, we might just go and just save Yukiko today. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. We're gonna head on off to Junes and go save Yukiko. I know that may be a bit, insane if you've just played the original. It's like, what do you mean? Usually it takes a few runs to actually get through Yukiko. But no, I'm dead serious. In Golden, you can rescue Yukiko in a single day, and it's actually not too terribly bad, especially with the grinding method that I showed you for getting extra items that I showed in the previous go-through in Yukiko's castle. You can just go through floors to just grind out recovery items, and that also includes SP recovery items. Or potentially just easy battles to recover your HP and SP using the cups. So you don't necessarily need to use like a bunch of health recovery items, and you don't even need to have just a crap ton of money to just buy at Shiroku. We're flat out broke right now. So this would be about where you would be, minus maybe a couple like semi-good armor and weapon, not even weapons, just armor, but it's still accessible at this point in the game. So, honestly, yeah, I think it is in fact doable, and that's what we're going to be doing next time. And I wonder, some people thought my insane runs ended in Persona 3. There were some floor goes there that were very much insane. But no, next time, we're going back to Yukiko's castle. Until then, everyone, take care.